Tell me, man, give me the status. Tell me we good. Beautiful. It's gonna be an all time of the night. All right. Fire 'em up.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get them fired up. What are we firing up? We are firing up the National Football League. We have the 100 and some odd, what is it, the 104th season set to begin in about a week's time. And here at the Shakeback Media Group, we are putting on a trio of super shows with some very, very brilliant minds all across the country. We've got Ben, we've got Tisha, we've got Rachel, and we've got Hobie, the homie. We're going to bring them in here in just a second. We're going to talk a little bit about who we think is going to go to the Super Bowl and why. We've got the Shakeback Media Group looking to the crystal ball, who's going to be winning these individual awards. And I got a video that I'm going to show the team, and they're going to comment on what it is that they see. We got true and false. They have no idea what's coming. That's the part that I like. So, without any further ado, you already know what time it is. You already know what we have to do. Come on, let's go get it.
Right about now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds.
Yeah, I know what it is. You little suckers get to talking, grabbing, not walking, strapped to the pong of their jaws and smacking, they sleep with the coffins. And they getting greedy like saying, give me all.
Yes, sir. Buddy, you already know what it is when you hear that music. I don't even know what to call this show. Is it a show divided, Tisha? Is it a show enough divided? Because we got a myriad of fan bases in here. Is it the Ballers Report because everybody in here is a baller in this industry in one way or the other? Or is it just the Shakeback Media Group season preview super show? Or is it D, all of the above? Well, whatever it is, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the family members. They've all been here before. We've got Ben Holloway. He is 1/3 of the Death, Taxes, and Sports podcast team. They do a tremendous job. He is a tremendous Cowboy fan. I'm sorry about that. Let's go ahead and bring Ben in. Ben, what is going on, man? Talk to us.
What's up, Big Willie? Excited to be here. Can't wait. Football season's coming, man. We got 1 week, right? 1 week.
We got 1 week.
Can't wait.
We got 1 week to go, and yeah, it is going to be all that and a Hot Wheel track, like Tommy Davidson once said on Martin. All right, so we have next the star of a show divided. She is, oh man, I'm telling you what, Tisha C. I'll let her tell it, but she is the star of a show divided. We are beginning our second season. We actually will have another teammate coming on with us, so it's going to be a show enough divided. There she is, Tisha. What's happening?
What is it I'm telling?
I'll tell you to tell them in just a minute. All right. So up next, we have the her behind the her in the huddle. She is the first lady of sports, all things Northeast Ohio. She is the queen of Cuyahoga County. She is an esteemed member of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, and she is my sissy. And she is Rachel Hill. Rachel, what's happening?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you? You cooled off yet?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm cool.
All right. And last but certainly not least, we got the big homie man in here from down South Louisiana. He's in the boot part of the boots. He and I went to high school together back in Monroe, Louisiana. This dude here was a phenomenal athlete, and he actually produces phenomenal athletes as well. He is the brains and the brawn behind Off the Bench Sports. We ain't talking about nobody but other than Hobie Grayson. What's up, man? And I knew somebody was going to be muted.
Yeah, I'm muted, huh? Yeah. How y'all doing, panel? What's up?
What's good? What's good, man? Good to have y'all in here in the building with me, man. This is the first of 3 super shows that we will be doing. I tell you this right now. Oh, by the way, let's give props to Kate Arhart. She was not able to be in. Her flight was canceled, so she had to move some things around. So we give her our well wishes and all that in a Hot Wheel track. All right, so I'm gonna start. Let's start with this. Everybody got the outline, so I don't want to hear no I don't want to hear any of that. Let's start with Rachel. Rachel, I need you to give us a fun fact about Rachel L. Hill. Something that somebody may know a little bit about or may not know anything at all.
A fun fact about me is let's just this is always awkward. I had my adenoids removed and they grew back.
What?
It's very rare. You know, your adenoids are in your throat right there by your tonsils. I had mine removed as a kid, and then I got really sick, and they were like, you know, you got an infection of the adenoids, and we like, what you talking about? And I was like, I had them removed, and he was like, they grew back. So yeah, it's very rare that it happens, but they grow back. So.
Are there any doctors in the house? Any doctors in the house? Any doctors in the well, we'll get to that in just a second. All right, Hobie, what you got, man? Give us a fun fact about HG the Fourth.
All right. The fun fact about HG the Fourth is I love watching him play. But my fun fact is that most people in their spare time, they like to go vacationing or go to the beach. My spare time is solely dedicated to watching my kids play. My daughter Courtney, she's 14. She plays volleyball for East Ascension High School and for Red Storm Club of Baton Rouge. And my son is in college. He plays at Holmes Community College. So I can't wait to basketball season get here. And they play in Louisiana 4 times this year. So that's for the win. And we'll be in Dallas at some point in October.
Oh yeah, you need to hit me up on that for real. So yeah, that's cool. All right. Ben, one fun fact about Ben that we need let's investigate.
Well, I actually kind of was gonna go down a different route than what they did. I actually got the opportunity. Well, not the opportunity. I did sitting press row, first row, LeBron and Dwayne Wade right there. First year that they were in Miami, and I got to ask them 2 questions at the press conference that they answered.
That's pretty cool. That not only is that a fun fact, that might be the coolest fact of anybody that's ever been on this panel. And I don't care what show it's been on. All right, Tisha, it's your show, but no, I guess it is your show because I named all those names. So give us oh my gosh, y'all get ready because I don't know what to expect from Tisha. Tisha, give us a fun fact about you.
Okay, I have a good one. I have a really good one. I can't top Ben. That was amazing. Okay, so fun fact. I am, in fact, a chicken tender.
Oh gosh.
I have many chickens that I tend to, so I'm a chicken tender. Oh, and a turkey. One turkey.
Holy moly. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't know what to say.
Start right off with the bang.
Yeah. All right. One quick fun fact about me is I have seen every episode of Saved by the Bell at least 15 times. Every single one. The college years included. All right. That's my fun fact. By the way, thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, and LinkedIn, as well as YouTube. Can I still say Twitter? Or do I have to say X? What do I say?
Hey, go with Twitter. Okay.
I'm not saying.
I don't care what it says. Go with Twitter.
I'm not saying X. For all you out there on Twitter, 11,000. Look, 2 years ago today, the Shakeback Media Group was standing at 1,200 followers. As of today, we are at 11,500 and counting. So I appreciate everybody out there supporting the vision, following the vision, and being all those things to the vision. Okay, let's get into this. Y'all ready to have some fun?
Absolutely.
All right. So I think I want to start with Rachel because your quarterback on today was named one of the captains of the Cleveland Browns. So give us one fact or one storyline, or actually give us the biggest storyline for your team heading into 2023.
That's funny that you mentioned that because I actually had that something to talk about when you talked about storylines. So he was elected as one of 5 captains, and I think that depending on how you feel about the allegations, I think that that's something that's huge because of the allegations that he has that his team decided or recognized the fact that he can be a leader and he is a leader and he will be one of the captains going into this upcoming season. One of the storylines is that, this team has made a lot of moves to prep themselves to possibly contend in the AFC North, which is one of the toughest divisions in all of football. So you got Joe Burrow, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Kenny Pickett, I guess. But,
don't sleep. Don't sleep on the Steelers, man. All right.
That
so,
defense,
keep going.
That Pittsburgh Steelers defense is going to be something. So, that's one of the storylines that I had, him being elected captain. But, this team has made some offseason moves to push for the playoffs because I believe Kevin Stefanski's job is on the line. So, I think that this team is trying to put themselves in position to make the playoffs. So, there you have it.
And with that being said, because the rumor mill is already beginning to spin, that should Kevin Stefanski lose control of the team and somehow they start to slip, there's a gentleman that's not too far from Cleveland in Ann Arbor by the name of Jim Harbaugh, whose name is in the mill again. So that's something to definitely keep a watch for.
If he was going to be in the NFL, it would have happened like 3 years ago. It's not happening.
Nope. I disagree. I got it close to the vest. But since you want to jump in there and run your mouth about it real fast, give us one storyline about your Dallas Cowboys, your biggest storyline about your Dallas Cowboys.
I feel like what I wrote down or what I was thinking about is all offseason you hear like Jerry and McCarthy and arguably Dak talking about them wanting to run the ball and control time of possession and all of this. It's a whole bunch of, it's just not happening. It's just not happening. Mike McCarthy, Rodgers called him archaic and all of that. And I understand that, but he's also not an idiot. Like he knows as an offensive guy, you need to get the ball in your playmakers' hands. They have a great trio of wide receivers with Lamb, Cooks, and Gallup. So, and Pollard obviously is a great running back, great out of the backfield, but I don't see this whole time control thing. Like, utilize your weapons. Your weapons are you got 3 really good wide receivers, 1 probably great wide receiver. So I think it's a bunch of smokescreen that they're going to run the ball, be run dominant, control time of possession. And then I'll give you one extra. Trey Lance, who everybody said and has said is never going to see the field this year. I think that there is a decent chance that they use him similar to your Raiders used Mariota inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5-yard line, read option. Mariota scored a couple of touchdowns that year. I think it is certainly possible they use Trey Lance in some of those packages.
Here's my take on Trey Lance not seeing the field. That's my take on Trey Lance not seeing the field. All right, Tisha. Your team is the defending national. Your team is the defending world champions. We hate them, especially Rachel and I hate them to the T. What is the biggest storyline for your team going into 2023?
I'll make it short and sweet. I think it's going to be, we're going to have a rocky start. We've made a ton of changes and lost some really good talent. So not super, I have medium expectations for the beginning of the season, but I think that we'll overcome it. We're extremely good at doing that. So I'm hoping for, just a redo of last year. I think that's going to happen.
Well, we ain't going to get into no predictions right now. Who cares what you think?
Oh.
Like The Rock said, it doesn't matter what you think. Oh, actually, it does. Okay, the biggest storyline for the Las Vegas Raiders is who cares? All right, time to shine. All right, Hobie, step up to the plate, man. And this is a football show, so you can step up under center, I guess, or behind center. Give a familiar face in a new place that is going to be the largest diamond to shine.
That was for me, Will.
Yeah, ain't your name Hobie?
Give me 1 second, man. I couldn't hear you. It's loud in this gym. Give me 1 second.
Okay, then you go. You can be on hold for a second. Rachel Hill.
I wrote down Dustin Hopkins with a new place kicker in Cleveland. They got rid of Kate York because he wasn't able to make the kicks when it counted, and he had a terrible preseason, missing the majority of his kicks. And he had 2 games in which he could have won the game on kicks at the end, but he missed them both. So he was only there for 1 year. So that, he wasn't very experienced. I felt like maybe they could have gave him a couple games in and then decided, but they decided to pull the yank them off, and they didn't even want a chance there. Why you acting like that? Why you looking like that? So you got Dustin Hopkins in, so you got a veteran who's been in the league for 11 years who isn't afraid to tackle adversity and kick the ball. But unfortunately, Kate York was only given 1 year, and he was drafted in the 4th round. There's always debate whether or not you draft kickers or not, and they drafted him and it didn't work out. And honestly, this is a regime that usually takes a while to move on from players because I don't think they want to admit that they failed, but they looked at this as a failing situation and they got rid of him. So I think it'll be interesting as the Browns try to make a playoff push in the AFC North.
Did you really pick a kicker?
I did because it's a big situation here in Cleveland.
Did you? Wait a minute.
What'd he say? Can't believe you got me in the mix with this fool.
You really said a kicker as your shining diamond, as a new face or an old face in a new place. And then you really had to audacity
to double down on that.
Not just double down on it, because before you double down on it, you went into like a verbal thesis about why this dude is your okay.
Kicks are going to be important in games, so you need your kicker to be able to do a good job. And also, when the game is on the line, you need somebody who you can count on.
Okay, I get that, and that is all cool and fine. But when you talk about faces like Odell Beckham Jr. that's in a new place, when you talk about people, when you talk about a person like Aaron Rodgers that's in a new place, you said a kicker.
I hate Aaron Rodgers. And
okay,
Odell shouldn't have left Cleveland.
He didn't leave. They cut him.
I know, but it shouldn't have happened.
Well, that ain't his fault. Okay, let me give y'all a little backstory about Rachel. Rachel, anything that happens in Cleveland that she doesn't like, it doesn't matter whose fault it is, it's gonna always be the player's fault. So that's just what that is. Ben, give me an old face in a new place who's gonna shine the brightest.
So I did go the Homer route and pick a Cowboy, similar to she picked the Browns, but it's not a kicker. And I selected Brandon Cooks. And Brandon Cooks, it's a real mystery as to why he's been on so many teams, but he's been in the league for 9 years. 6 out of the 9, he's had over 1,000 yards. 5 out of the 9, he's had 75 or more catches. Like, he just produces. And to my point earlier, they're not going to be run first. That's all smokescreen. And I think that Cooks is poised for a big year, the same as CeeDee Lamb is poised for a big year, because CeeDee Lamb's not going to really be double teamed. You can't really double him because Cooks will burn you over the top. So I put Brandon Cooks because he's produced with horrible quarterbacks too. Like he's produced those 1,000-yard seasons with some bad quarterbacks too.
Didn't he have Tom Brady one year?
He definitely had Tom Brady one year, and
Okay.
he had Breeze, but he had Davis Mills as well. One of the 1,000-yard seasons was with Davis Mills. But anyways, that's my answer. Brandon Cooks. I think he has a good chance to have a very good season.
Hobie, you back?
As much as I can be.
All right.
As
We'll
much
take
as I
that.
can. I just made a 1,000-yard walk.
Okay, 50% of you is better than 0% of you. All right, so give everybody that's watching and listening a new face, or an old face rather, in a new place that's gonna shine, going to be the brightest diamond to shine.
Man, I think my pick was Odell, but you know, I'm just gonna give my reasons why I think he's gonna do well. When you look at the fact that he's a Tiger, and
Of course,
he's on all the NFL teams that he's been on where they play and put the ball through his hands, they've done really well, no matter the team. And I just think that you gotta look at really realistically giving him at least 8 throws a game if you want to be successful, to not only spread the field, but to be able to give your backs a better opportunity to run the ball.
Gotcha.
So,
all right, Tisha, same question for you. And unfortunately for you, you cannot pick a Kansas City Chief because, well, I guess you could if you wanted to, but
Well, what if it's a former Chief?
that's fine. That you this is your show.
Don't take Juju. I was gonna say Juju. I honestly, seeing him play with us this last year, I literally developed a totally newfound respect for him as a player and a person. He's had some definitely some bad press, but he is killer on the field. He's got the brains for it. He's got the skill. I hate to say that I think he's going to do really well. It's, it doesn't really have a whole lot to work with, but I really hope he does. So
in New England, of course, and Mac Jones and the crew there.
Don't remind me. That hurt me to say that, just so you know.
Yeah, I hate them. My new face in a new place. I think this dude is destined for a win, a first win in his career in the playoffs. I'm talking about Derek Carr. That's my quarterback. He's now in New Orleans. If New Orleans fans, if you are a New Orleans Saints fan, I'm telling you right now, you should be excited. Barring any injury to the line and to those weapons, and we know Mike Thomas has been what he's been. Chris Olave is the truth. Alvin Kamara will be back after 3 or 4 games. They got Mr. Williams from Detroit in the offseason. They have it all out in front of them, and the Saints have one of the top 7 defenses in the NFL as well. So that's my old face in a new place. All right, on the flip.
Do we get to challenge the host on that?
No, you do not.
Hey, I was going to ask, did he give his team and his storyline? Did I miss that?
Yeah, I did.
No, not you. Him. Obi.
Oh, Obi? Oh, he.
I don't have a team, man.
Yeah, you don't have a team.
Okay.
I am. My guy is a quarterback, the best quarterback in the NFL for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Jalen Hurts.
And I don't need y'all applause all at once.
Yeah. I mean, I like Jalen Hurts. I like what he's done. I like what he's become.
I don't need y'all applause all at once.
Okay. Well, you sure ain't going to. You know
what?
This
mean y'all supposed to be applauding.
Well, I think I might have something for that. But while we do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
While we do that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next part of the show. And this is, oh, here we go right here. One hand clap for Jalen Hurts. All right. Let's do the flip. Familiar face in a new place that is going to burst under the pressure. Rachel, pick a kicker.
Shut up. I'm not picking no kicker. Baker Mayfield. So I think I I think there's a lot of pressure on him to win in Tampa Bay, and I don't think he'll be able to do it. I think he'll show signs of why, he's not with the Cleveland Browns, even though he had some flashes with the LA Rams. I don't think that, he could be back in a starting role and actually win games. So we'll see.
You said there's pressure, and what pressure is there in Tampa Bay to win?
No, there's pressure. I think she's saying there's pressure on him.
Yeah,
there is a lot of pressure on him. He's fighting for his career. He's fighting for his career.
Thank you.
Well,
He's drunk. He's drunk somewhere. Oh, that's Johnny Manziel. My bad.
yeah. Well, I mean, they both played in Cleveland, so it must be something about the Cleveland water. All right, Hobie, same thing. Give us an old face in a new place that's going to fall on their face.
So y'all don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. But everywhere Two Glove Teddy has been, he started off as a backup, end up being the starter, and then end up getting hurt.
Yeah.
Saints, everywhere he's been, he's been the backup to the starter to the backup.
Yeah.
Two Glove Teddy is my nominee.
And he's in Detroit, and a lot of people are excited about Detroit, and we're going to get to the predictions here towards the end of the show. I'm for one am excited about Detroit. All right, Tisha. One new face, old face in a new place that's going to fall on their face.
Okay. Well, I'm going to probably have some receipts cashed in after this, but I have to say it. I have nothing to support this theory, like no evidence, but I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
You know what? That actually would it shock me if it happened? It would not.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because the biggest weakness on their offense on that team is their offensive line, and they've been. I mean, their pass rush or their pass protection win rate, their rush win rate was one of the worst in all. They were bottom third in the NFL last year, and I know they got Mekhi Becton back and they moved him over to the right side. And then you have Aaron Rodgers, who's 39 years old. So if that were to be the case, it would not shock me. This is one of those things where you could say, yo, you know what? If they finish 6-11 and not make the playoffs, it wouldn't shock me. If they finish 11-6 and make a run for the Super Bowl, it would not shock me. Ben, who you got as far as an old face in a new place?
I wrote down David Montgomery. He's on the Lions. Switched NFC North teams. Was on the Bears. Now he's on the Lions. He's just not that good. Like he's all right. Like he's only averaged like 3.9 yards a carry for his career. He's been in the league 4 seasons. He's been under 900 yards rushing 3 of those 4 seasons, and he doesn't catch the ball that much. He's averaged, I wrote it down, it's 155 catches in total with 39 per season. So that's not a lot. And I just don't think, and Khalil Herbert, though, now granted, the Bears offensive line last year was horrible, but Herbert looked so much, their backup now starter, Khalil Herbert looked so much better than Montgomery did behind the same exact line.
Yeah.
And I know the Lions have an amazing offensive line, but like, I don't know, at some point, like if your talent isn't there, talent isn't there. So Montgomery is my answer.
Yeah. And I can see that. I mean, but you know, the offensive line in Chicago was bad too. So I'll put a little bit of that on them, but Detroit has one of the top 3 offensive lines in the league. And
absolutely.
Mr. Gibbs, I mean, they're going to be somewhat of a tandem, I guess. So that may actually be able to hide some of the weaknesses that you spoke about. My new face or old face in a new place that I think is going to fall on his face. I think Alan Thielen for the Carolina Panthers is going to go down, down, down. There's a reason why Minnesota let him go. Even though him and JJ were very, very productive as a duo, and it doesn't have necessarily everything to do with him as a player, but that team is so young and they have a rookie quarterback, of course. So it's not just because of him being have lost a step. it's probably an equal share or maybe a 60-40 split in terms of where he is and the team that he's got. Now, I know they did pick up Miles Sanders from the Eagles. Their offensive line is not that great. So it's going to be a bit of a I don't want to say that word, but it's going to be a little bit of a challenge there in Charlotte, in my opinion. All right, I think we are about to go to break, guys. So if you would go ahead and mute yourselves and turn your cameras off, we have an announcement that's going to be coming up here in the break. So we'll be right back. Shakeback Media Group. This is the NFL season preview Super Show, and it is episode 1. We'll be right back. Shakeback Media Group, Willie Epteen Jr., hashtag Brothers of Baseball. Where are we? We are at the official MLB apparel store live in New York City. Man, the show, 12s and 6s, 1s and 7s, BGCSN 1 and 2. Come on, check your boy out, Willie Epteen Jr., hashtag Brothers of Baseball. And I love that store so much that I think I want to play a different one. What's up, good people? It's your boy, Willie Epteen Jr., Shakeback Media Group, also the hashtag Brothers of Baseball. Where are we? We are live on the scene, the official MLB store for Major League Baseball in New York City. The show, hashtag Brothers of Baseball. Make sure you check it out. 12s and 6s, 1s and 7s, Monday through Friday, BGCSN 1 and BGCSN 2. Willie Epteen Jr., come and holler at your boy on the hashtag Brothers of Baseball and the Shakeback Media Group. Peace. We out. So that was an exciting time in New York City last year. As I bring the crew back in, y'all come on back in. We're gonna get to the remainder of the show. The hashtag Brothers of Baseball show. We got a new logo that will be unveiled here shortly. And if you're not a baseball fan, shame on you, because this season has been so very exciting. Again, I'm just like, yo. And then also, I gotta toot my own horn, guys. Can I do this for just a second, if you don't mind? And if you do mind, okay, that's fine. But I gotta do it anyway. On the Big Game Christian Sports Network, where you can hear the Shakeback Sports Show, 12s and 6s, 1s and 7s on Saturday and Sunday, and of course, as we just said, the hashtag Brothers of Baseball show, and of course, there's the family members as well. That's the Rit. That is also DC. That is Christina. That is Liz. And that is also Melissa. And, of course, Rachel comes on from time to time to talk some baseball. I actually, for the Big Game Christian Sports Network, who is owned by One God's Way, had been nominated and won the most improved personality on the network. I appreciate the nomination. I want to congratulate all of the other nominees for all the work that they put in. They definitely have made me better. But, you know, me getting that award, y'all, it really got me to thinking. I mean, did I really win it because of this?
You absolutely, undoubtedly, unquestionably, 100% completely suck.
Or did I win it because of this?
What are you doing? You suck.
Well, I would like to think that I won it because of this. And that is my final answer. I won it because I am simply the best. And you know what? You three, or wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4. You four actually have a hand in that award that I was so blessed to win. So thank you guys for your support as well. All right. Any comments about that, Rachel?
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you. Tisha?
Yeah, congratulations. It was well deserved.
Ben?
I got nothing to add besides the ladies. That's awesome, and congratulations.
Appreciate it. Big homie.
Man, that's an honor to win any award in media. So keep up the hard work and boot up.
All right, so let's get on to the fun part of the show. We're actually gonna skip a couple things here because we're already 35 minutes in, and I don't want to take too much of y'all's time. But here we go with the SBMG preseason awards. We're going to look into the Shakeback Media Group crystal ball, and we're going to talk about who is going to win what. And Obi, we're going to start with the Defensive Rookie of the Year. I know you used to like to run over people. So who you got as the Defensive Rookie of the Year?
Hey man, the guys that I had wrote down, y'all have to forgive me. I'm at a volleyball game and I thought the show was at 7:30. So I'm just here to fill in when I can.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, when you can speak, you throw your thumb up, and then I'll bring you in. Rachel, Defensive Rookie of the Year, who you got?
Jalen Carter, defensive tackle out of Georgia.
Okay, I think Tisha agrees. So let's see what the survey says. Tisha.
Oh, you were waiting on me. Yes, of course I agree. That's exactly what I was going to say. Wonderful choice. So.
Yeah, University of Georgia North or Philadelphia Eagles South, as the Philadelphia Eagles have so many Georgia players on their squad. Ben, your Defensive Rookie of the Year, who you got?
3 for 3, Jalen Carter.
Why is everybody going with Jalen Carter?
I mean, he should have been number 1 overall pick if none of that legal stuff was going on. That's probably why.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm actually gonna I'm going in a different direction because I don't like to be like everybody else. Devon Witherspoon, cornerback from the Seattle Seahawks, is going to be your Defensive Rookie of the Year. And with him and Tariq Woolen, they are going to make for the Legion of Boom Part 2, but they're not bringing the boom. All right. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Rachel.
I'm gonna go CJ Stroud, Ohio State.
Oh my God. And tell us why.
Ohio State isn't known as being a quarterback but I think he possesses a lot of skills and tools. He almost knocked off Georgia, so I think he can make the throws, and I think that he can be an addition to Texas, even though they're going to suck. I still think that he can be a bright spot on that team.
Did you say? Wait a minute. Wait. Did you say that Ohio State is quarterback you?
I said they are not.
Oh, they are not quarterback you, because I was about to hit you with it. I was about to hit you with a couple of sound bites right there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad you cleaned that up there, First Lady. All right, Ben, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he's probably gonna say Deuce Vaughn.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Jordan Addison, Minnesota wide receiver, the new wide receiver 2, replacing Thielen. That offense, they throw the ball a lot. I mean, Jefferson's going to see the double coverage. Jordan Addison's going to get plenty of looks. And they lost Dalvin Cook. Still got Madison, obviously, so they're still going to be committed to the run. But, man, Cousins can sling it. Like we don't have to get into where he's ranked and all that, but they throw the ball a lot. They have a very good offensive mind as their coach, and someone's got to step into that number 2 role. I think he's primed for it.
That's actually a pretty good choice. And the thing with Minnesota, I mean, never, ever again in the history of the world, we see a team that has 12, 13 wins and has a negative point differential. That will never be seen again. All right. Who's next? Is it me? Oh, yeah,
It's you.
My Offensive Rookie of the Year. Or Teacher, did you give yours?
No, but I'd love to.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm just going to agree with Rachel on this because your reaction was priceless, and I would love to see it again. Come on, one more time. I have no stats to back this up, and please don't cash that receipt in later. But that was great. Thank you, Rachel.
This is a scripted show, but we do like to go off the rails. I don't even know what facial reaction you're talking about. Fortunately for us, this is being recorded, And we're gonna get to social media comments here in just a minute because we got a few of them in there, y'all. People are chiming in. My offensive rookie of the year is going to be not Bijan Robinson, but it is a running back. I'm gonna go with Jahmyr Gibbs from the Detroit Lions. Behind that offensive line, being as we talked about earlier, I think he is primed to have a really good year. With the weapons that they have on the outside, there's going to be a lot of play action, and Detroit, man, is just going to be dope. All right, come back player of the year. Who you got, Rachel? Who you got, Rachel?
First, because I didn't know what that meant. I should have clarified with you first.
The comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you a couple of names, and you can tell me. OBJ, Tua Tagovailoa, DeMar Hamlin. Take your pick.
DeMar Hamlin. I'll go with that.
And I think that's the sentimental choice. He did win an SB for whatever it was back in the summer. Tisha, comeback player of the year.
I have to completely agree. That's DeMar for sure.
Y'all going for the storylines, huh? Ben, your comeback player of the year. Who you got?
Tua
Tagovailoa. You know what? Tua was in the MVP conversation last year up until he got hit in the head and was wobbly. And there's no reason to think that he won't be back in that conversation again this year. So he may be looking at, although a prestigious award and one that would bring a lot of prestige and praise, I think he might be thinking about something a little bit bigger than that. My comeback player of the year, I got Calvin Ridley, wide receiver from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence is about to channel his inner Clemson self. They've got weapons all over the board down there, and Calvin Ridley is a bona fide number one receiving. All right, Rachel Hill, coach of the year. Who you got?
Come back to me on that.
Okay. Tisha, coach of the year. Who you got?
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
I mean, I'd like to see it. It's possible. You wanted me to just say Andy Reid. Let's go.
No.
Branch out here.
No. We
I'd
ain't
like to
doing
see
that.
though. Honestly, I think.
I don't care what you want to see. We ain't doing that this year. Okay, that's what that is. All right, Ben, coach of the year. Who you got?
Doug Peterson, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Doug Peterson, Jacksonville Jaguars. Shout out to the homie, ULM alum, fellow alum. Greg Andrews will be on the show on Saturday. He is a crazy Jags fan. As a matter of fact, him and Coach Doug are very, very good friends. Tried to get him on the show during the summer, but it just couldn't link up. And since you said Jacksonville and Doug Peterson, I'm going to say Jacksonville, and I'm going to say Doug Peterson as well. All right. Defensive player of the year. Oh, wait a minute, Rachel. You got your coach of the year, Rachel?
Yeah, Zach Taylor, coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that this might be the year that Cincinnati might be able to get past Kansas City. Sorry, Tisha. But yeah, I think that this might be the year. So Zach Taylor should be up for coach of the year.
Yeah. And hey, if they do that, that means that they would have gotten some pretty special things done in the regular season. Okay. Let's see where we at. We had defensive player of the year. Ben, go.
The guy I got on, Micah Parsons. I mean, he was number 2 last year. It's not like it's far fetched.
Yeah, that is true. It just it's just a coincidence that you're a Cowboys fan, I guess.
I think that I was quote unquote sold on him his rookie. Actively engaged and asking a ton of questions. So, anyways, Parsons is my answer.
I got you. All right. Who's next? Tisha.
Come back to me. I don't really have an answer on this one.
Okay. I'll give you yours. Yours is San Francisco linebacker Fred Warner.
Fair enough.
All right, Rachel. Who's your defensive player of the year?
I'm gonna go Myles Garrett. I think that, and shut up, Willie. The past couple of years, Aaron Donald was the player of the year, but I think that they finally have given him some help. Even though Jadeveon Clowney has left, they've given him some help on the other side. So I think he'll have the opportunity to shine. And he's still in his prime. So I think that this might be the year where he might be able to break out and finally be defensive player of the year.
You know what?
Shut up, Willie.
No, just like with Ben, I mean, it's not that far-fetched for that to happen because he is really, really good. It's just ironic that, of course, you are a Cleveland Browns fan. And, of course, I mean, I can see that. I'm a Raider fan. I'm not picking Max Crosby. And I did not pick Tyree Wilson as the rookie of the year on the defensive side. I would have picked Jalen Ramsey, but he's hurt and going to be out into December. So I do believe I'm going to go with TJ Watt, who was my pick last year before he tore his pectoral muscle and was on his way to that. So I'm going to go with him once again. All right, offensive player of the year, Tisha. Travis Kelce.
Oh, I've been waiting for this one. Let's go. Obviously, it's going to be Mahomes. Come on. He's going to make something out of almost nothing. Again, he's going to do it. He's going to pull it off. I can see it. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, whatever. Ben, who you got?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek will, yes or no? This is going to be a poll question on Twitter. At SHKME or SHKBK MEDIAGRP on Twitter. Is Tyreek Hill going to catch 2,000 yards worth of receptions this year? Yes or no? Rachel.
Wait, we didn't do MVP.
I know that's last.
That's last.
Did we do offensive player? Did I get my?
That's what we're on now.
Sorry, I got Deshaun Watson.
Oh God.
I think he's poised to have a big year. Obviously he came back and he played terrible. He played very well against the Kansas City Chiefs in preseason. Obviously he hasn't got a lot of preseason.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but quarterbacks don't win this award. They
don't.
Win MVP. They win MVP.
They win the MVP award.
You should be picking receiver or running back here.
Yeah, either one of those two. You can even pick Travis Kelce over one of these quarterbacks, but that is the key thing. Or has a kicker ever won it? Probably not. But I mean, a kicker made this show in terms of a.
I had Patrick Mahomes for MVP, but I'll go with Patrick Mahomes for Offensive Player of the Year as well.
Okay, since you said MVP, I got to do my Offensive Player of the Year. My OR or my OPOY is going to be Garrett Wilson, wide receiver from the New York Jets. I think he's going to have a phenomenal year with a quarterback that can actually get him the ball. And I saw a stat where over the last 5 years, I want to say, or the prime 5 years of Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, he had like 183 targets average and like 130 something receptions. This is going to be Garrett Wilson this year. He's going to be your offensive player of the year. And since Rachel already gave her MVP, Tisha gave her MVP. Ben, who's your MVP?
Josh Allen.
You know what? I feel you on that. I picked Josh Allen the last 2 years, and he let me down.
Yeah.
And guess what? I ain't picking him this year.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm not picking Josh Allen this year. I'm actually picking Joe Burrow to win MVP.
It was between those two for me, Burrow and Allen.
All right, so we got about 13 minutes left to go in the show. Let's get to these division winners real quick. AFC East, Tisha.
Bills.
Ben.
Bills.
Rachel.
Bills.
I got the Jets. AFC North, Rachel.
AFC North, I got the Bengals.
Tisha.
I think she's right on that. I'm going to second that.
Ben.
Bengals.
Same. AFC South, Tisha.
Jaguars.
Rachel.
Jaguars.
Ben.
Jaguars.
Clean sweep. AFC West. Oh my God. AFC West, Tisha.
Do you even have to ask? Next.
Next, Rachel, AFC West. Next,
Chiefs.
Ben.
Yeah, Chiefs.
I'm picking the Chargers. All right, so let's go to the NFC, the East, NFC East. Who we got? Oh, I got to call on somebody, don't I? Ben, Ben, go.
Good, y'all about to laugh, but I'm gonna say Dallas.
You know what?
I can give a small explanation if you want, but
Go real quick. Go ahead.
so the difference between the Eagles and the Cowboys last year, point differential was only 10 points.
And not only that,
and they got Cooks and they got Gilmore. Like, I feel they got better this offseason.
Yeah, but did the quarterback get better? Or is he gonna backtrack? And of course, nobody has won that division 2 years in a row since like 1927. NFC North, Tisha.
Well, you skipped everybody else. You only asked me.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Oh,
Lions,
okay,
but I was going to agree with you, so we'll just count that.
Okay, so it's Dallas. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Chargers to my head and not my heart. NFC East, Rachel, go.
I got the Eagles.
I got the Eagles too. NFC North, Tisha.
Lions, let's go.
Ben.
Lions.
Rachel.
Vikings.
Vikings?
Ooh.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I mean, you've been wrong before.
We'll see.
All right, I got the
17 games.
I got the Lions for obvious reasons, and we actually have a special call-in guest who is going to talk about just that. Here we go.
Yo, what up, cuz? As we approach this NFL season, my outlook is one of cautious optimism regarding the Lions. I like some of the moves they made, and I think with I know they say momentum doesn't carry over, but I believe the way they ended up last year, 8-2 down the stretch, they can continue some of that. But I've had my heart broken many a times as a Detroit Lions fan, so that's where the cautiousness comes in. But I am optimistic that they got a good team, good coaches, and I'm hoping for the best, man. I think it's gonna be a good year. The one, like, we lost a few key players, and people may say DeAndre Swift, people may say DJ Chark, but really, man, the biggest loss to me was Jamal Williams, and not because he's such a phenomenal player, but because of the attitude, man, the heart and the soul that he brought to that team. So I just really hope somebody can pick up the mantle that he left and run with it, and I think we'll be all right.
All right. That was my cousin, Brandon Wilkins. He actually lives in Detroit, and crazy Lions fan, and you can hear his cautiousness in his voice, but I think that is going to flip around this year. All right. NFC South, Tisha.
Saints. I was almost muted there for a second.
Yeah, I saw your face. Bo, I'm sorry, not Bo. Ben.
Saints, and if their guys are healthy, it's not going to be close. They got the best roster.
Rachel.
I got Saints too.
You know what's crazy? I was looking at Ben, and I'm looking at the screen, and I was gonna say Ben, but my screen says NO, so that's where I got Bo from. And I am going to also pick the New Orleans Saints because I think Derek Carr is going to have a great year down there in New Orleans. All right, NFC West, Tisha.
Sorry about that. Niners.
Ben.
Niners.
Rachel.
Niners.
I'm leaning towards Seattle.
I was going to say, you want to say Seattle, don't you?
I am leaning towards Seattle, but that defense is tremendous. And I think they have some unfinished business after what happened to them in the in the NFC Championship game last year. I'm going to go 49ers. All right, real quick. I wanted to get to this one. I'm gonna make some statements, and I want y'all to tell me if it's true or false. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't have any clue about what I'm about to ask y'all. So it's either true or it's false. No explanation needed. It's either true or it's false. All right, Rachel, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Russell Wilson will be benched for poor play by the end of the year. True or false?
False.
Did you say that's false?
Yeah. I couldn't hear that. What did it say?
Here we go. Well, never mind. I'll come back to it. All right. So, Ben, you're up. You up. True or false?
Same question.
Nope. Aaron Rodgers will throw for more yards by the end of the year than Josh Allen. True or false?
False.
All right. All right. Rachel. No. Tisha. Derek Carr will throw for more than 35 touchdowns for the first time in his career for the New Orleans Saints. True or false?
False.
Okay, me. Trevor Lawrence will throw for at least 40 touchdowns this year. This is all of us. Ben.
True.
The truth. You can't handle the truth.
Rachel?
False.
Tisha?
False.
I wanted to play this.
What the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Okay, that's your truth. He's gonna throw for less than 40 touchdowns. All right, so let's move on. We're gonna finish up the show here real strong. We got the wild cards in the AFC, the wild cards in the NFC. Who's going to the AFC title game? Who's going to the NFC title game? Who's going to the Super Bowl? And who's cashing their chips in Vegas? All right, wild cards from the NFC. Ben, go.
Eagles, Seattle, Packers.
Tisha.
I had the same, but wait, you said the Eagles, Seattle, Packers. Well, you know what? That's close enough. Good enough for me.
Rachel.
Cowboys and Seattle as well. I liked, them coming out the West, but I had San Francisco coming out the West. So
I've got.
You're missing the team. You only gave 2.
I know. I don't know. Well, let's go Detroit.
Well, you had Detroit winning the division. How are they gonna do that? They've been awfully good.
I had Detroit winning the division.
You had Minnesota. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I've got Dallas. I've got Seattle, and I'm gonna show them some love. I got Green Bay. All right. AFC wild cards. Tisha, go.
Ravens, Jets, Chargers.
Ben.
Chargers, Miami, Ravens.
Rachel.
Browns, Jets, Pittsburgh.
I've got Miami. I've got the Chiefs. And I've got Baltimore. Now.
Yes. So me and Willie both have the Jets missing the playoffs. That was my bold.
No, I got the Jets winning the division. I got the Bills. I got the Bills missing the playoffs.
Oh, okay. I got the Jets missing the playoffs and the Packers making the playoffs. And that happens, I will be so happy.
Yes. All right. AFC Championship game. Who's it going to be? Tisha?
No, I don't want to go first.
I'll go first.
We're going to win.
New York Jets and Kansas City Chiefs. Rachel?
I got Chiefs versus Bengals, another repeat.
Ben?
Ravens, Bengals.
Ooh.
Now, Tisha. Kansas City and who?
I think Rachel's right on that one as well, but that was bold, Ben. That would be fun to see. I can't lie.
All right. I've got no. I'm sorry. Let's go to the NFC. NFC title game. Ben, go.
I went bold on this one. I went real bold. Probably not going to happen, but I got Lions versus 49ers.
I like that. I actually like that. Same rate, Tisha?
Yeah.
Rachel, who you got?
Philly versus the Cowboys.
Oh gosh. Please don't let it be
What?
the Cowboys.
I
Please
said
don't
Philly
let it be
versus
the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
No, please don't let it be the Cowboys. Oh my gosh. Because I live in Dallas. Do you know how obnoxious that will be?
I know, but I think that they might be able to finally advance in the playoffs this year. And then if they advance, they can go all the way.
I got Philly and San Francisco. All right, who's going to Super Bowl? Ben.
Bengals versus 49ers.
Rematch of 1989 and 1981, I want to say. Rachel, who's going to the Super Bowl?
I have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the 49ers.
Again, that would be the second time in what, 4 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Tisha, come on with it.
I was honestly going to say the same thing, and I truly hope it happens because that is gold level quality football. Let's go.
Well, that's some high quality H2O right there. All right, so my pick is New York Jets. No, I'm sorry, the Philadelphia Eagles and no. I got San Francisco and New York in the Super Bowl, the Jets. And I'm telling you right now, San Francisco is going to win it. Ben, who's going to win it?
Bengals.
Rachel.
I got Kansas City again, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
I knew we were friends, girl.
I hated making that pick, Tisha.
I understand completely.
Tisha, who you got?
Let me think here.
Okay. All right, so I got something I want to show y'all real quick. And then we're gonna get up out of here. This is right in the backyard of you, Rachel, and it's called or it's titled.
Oh my God.
I have a video, and I'm gonna play it right now, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Okay, so that's the Cleveland Browns at training camp with a dunk contest. Let me ask y'all one question each. Or let me ask y'all one question. Was that hoop really regulation?
No, but I thought you were going to say ask for one word. My one word would be stupid. You're asking for somebody to get hurt.
Yeah. Tisha, was that a 10-foot rim, or was they dunking on a
Hey, I don't, I just want to say this. I couldn't have done any of that. So, that deserves a little bit of clap. Yeah. I can't speak to regulation or what, but you know what? Clap.
Okay, Rachel, what's up with your team? First of all, is that a regulation hoop?
No, it's not a regulation hoop, and I agree with Ben. It's stupid because Myles Garrett. Was he injured playing basketball before? You've had players get injured playing basketball and stuff like that, outside of the season. So I understand that they're trying to have a little bit of fun, but it's also very dangerous as well because we've already lost somebody, with a pectoral tear for the remainder of the season, first game, first play. So I'm against stuff like that. I understand it's for fun, but you have to keep everybody healthy as much as possible, especially a team like the Cleveland Browns.
All right, let's get to these social media comments. My boys, Herb and Raj, presented by the Shakeback Media Group. They say D, all of the above, and a bag of chips. See, this is probably why we should have done this when they first said it, because I have no idea what they were talking about. Does anybody have any clue?
I'll look back at the agenda and try and guess, but no.
I couldn't even think of something funny to say. That's just a hilarious comment in itself.
All right. Herb and Raj again. Ben. We know what that means. And of course, they say, They may have been talking about
They were either talking about Micah Parsons or Brandon Cooks. One or the other.
Yes. Mental note. Don't mess with the ratio.
Amen.
Why did they say that?
But you kept telling me to shut up.
I mean,
That's so funny.
Herbert Rogers again. Ben once shot a man in Reno just to watch them die. Okay. I don't know if that's something that needed to be aired on this particular network, but okay.
That's funny.
Okay. Keisha secretly loves Alabama. Roll.
Oh, that is a low blow. Whoa, we're gonna have words later. Jeez.
Hey, at least he didn't say you shot someone and watched them die. Like,
Right.
I'd rather that. Give me
Crap,
that
man.
over that.
Nobody
Oh
wants
my
to be an Alabama
gosh.
fan.
Oh my gosh. All right. Herman Raj, he on a roll. Hobie is actually my uncle.
Yeah.
All right, my big homie, man. This dude right here, he is a tremendous follower on Twitter, man. I'm telling you, the irrelevant fan. What's good, Willie? Houston, Texas Nation, baby, in the house. Well, they are in the outhouse because they are gonna suck. Herb and Raj, kicker talk. All right, the relevant says Ben always talks bad about my Texans. They deserve it. I put that in there. You're welcome. LOL. Thank you, Dale. Is going to have an awesome season. Ben, wait for Cooks to leave Houston to talk nice about it. That's right. I can see that. All right. Herman Raj also say no one would ever be excited about Derek Carr. I disagree.
Ooh, that was solid.
Finally, some Texans love because and it really wasn't about the Texans. It was about Ohio State.
She picked CJ Stroud Rookie of the Year. That's what that is.
That's exactly right. And then, yay, the gals love my Texans. I don't know why, because of CJ Stroud. And then he says smart ladies, and then he says Texans will finish the year 8-9. That's his prediction. Well, he's got some
maybe next year.
He got some very liberal expectations, man. I'm telling you right now. The irrelevant fan says you can't give a guy sympathy comeback player of the year if he doesn't play well. Hamlin doesn't deserve it. I'll say really, and as much as that may be a hurtful sounding statement, it is definitely the truth. The real irrelevant saying Waddle will have a better year than Hill. I don't know about that. The irrelevant saying fan says again, Cowboys win the division. I'll smoke crack live on.
Hey, Willie, me and you are in a group chat with him, so we gonna hold that. We gonna hold him to that.
Oh my gosh!
Receipts, cash that in. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, you take a picture of that one. Yeah, that's
hilarious.
Oh, you know what? I think I am gonna take a picture of this. So
I'm gonna holler at him in January.
I'm gonna take a picture of this right now, baby. You can see my phone up on the screen. Boop. Picture taken. Now it is etched in stone. It is a pact. It is a contract. And we got thousands and millions of witnesses on this. Herman Raj podcast says this show is called Willie Shoots Down.
It's a fact.
Oh my God. They will be on the show on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll get a chance to shoot down their picks as well. Irrelevant fans, Super Bowl will be Bengals and Eagles. Ooh. And rounding it off, Herb says it was part of your intro, man. D was all of the above. Okay. Right. Final thoughts, Tisha.
Final thoughts about the season or what we just did, because what we just did was amazing and I had a blast. So thank you.
I'm super final thoughts. You think whatever you're thinking about. Final thoughts.
Yeah, I'm super grateful just to be a part of it. I'm super excited for the upcoming season. It's just I think it's going to be we can all sit here and predict things, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a crazy one all around, which to me, you know, I love my team and whatnot, but I really, really, really love good football. So I think the crazier, the better. Thanks.
Ben, final thoughts.
I'll go with what I was saying earlier. As far as bold takes, it's a 2-for-1 special. Packers are going to make the playoffs and the Jets are going to miss the playoffs.
All right.
I've been saying it. I think both teams could finish 9-8. And the NFC is weak, so 9-8 will get you in. Going to get you in.
All right, Rachel. Final thoughts.
The AFC is a gauntlet. You know, I'm going to talk about my Browns. I think that I don't know if they'll make the playoffs. You know, I have them winning a wild card, but I think that they'll definitely show a lot of improvement, especially with the improved Deshaun Watson, you know, and they've obviously put the allegations and that baggage behind them, and now they want to move forward as a team. So they went and worked out in West Virginia instead of Cleveland to do some team bonding and get away from it all. And you notice that during COVID, they had some success when they were able to distance themselves from a lot of the outside influences. So hoping for the same success. And you said to plug ourselves as well, too, right?
Yeah, go ahead and plug yourself.
All right. My show is on Mondays and Tuesdays on the ASAP network on WOVU 95.9 FM from 6 to 7 p.m. Willie joins me on Mondays. And then you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at 1ST Lady of Sports. And I'm on Facebook at Rachel L. Hill.
Tisha.
Are we doing the plug? So mine's really simple. On Twitter, it's literally at @4 football KC.
And what else?
Well, Shakeback Media Group, of course. Come on.
What else? Okay, never mind.
I don't know.
Ben, plug yourself, man.
Yeah, so one of the co-hosts, Death Tax and Sports Podcast, we just got through episode 101 on Tuesday, and my Twitter's at Ben DTS Podcast, and I'll give you something to look forward to possibly. Jeff Perlman, who is the author of the book that the HBO series Winning Time, he is coming on the podcast.
Oh, that's dope. Make sure you
on September 12th, he's coming on.
Yeah, make sure you tag me on that one, man. I'm definitely gonna listen in on that. All right, and for me, I got a couple new things coming out for the Shakeback Media Group. I got a new project coming in for a young lady by the name of Kimberly Sylvan. She is a salon owner here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She's going to have a show, and it's called Twisted Talk, and it's going to be about life from the salon and stories from the salon chair. So that's going to be very exciting. We also have another project, myself and Sharon Holly. We have a podcast that's going to be called Let's Be Civil, but Let's Be Real. We're going to be talking about equal rights and civil rights and current events and all things of that nature. She's very, very big on equal rights and civil rights. So I'm looking forward to that. Both of those shows will be debuting sometime in the month of September. So with that being said, it's time for us to get up out of here. I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of ready to go because I'm hungry. What y'all say?
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
Y'all guilty am too. I am as well.
It's a good time.
Yeah. So
thank you guys.
With that being said, for Ben Holloway, for Tisha Coleman, for Rachel Hill, for Hobie Grayson, who had to dip out, it's your boy Willie Epstein Jr. Y'all stay safe. Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. We'll holler at y'all again real soon. Peace.
Later, guys. Have a good night.
Come on, fat boys. Don't end it yet. Don't end it yet. I need you to come back. Come on back. Come on, come back. There we go.